Viper has received some major nerfs to start off episode 4 act 2 of Valorant. We'll have to wait a few weeks to see the impact of these changes, but my first impression of these is that these make Viper a lot worse, especially considering she was already mostly just a niche pick in the sense that she'd be much better on Breeze, Fracture and Icebox, and you wouldn't really pick her on other maps. So I'm really interested to see what these changes do. But first off, a change to her fuel. The fuel drain has been increased 50% when Toxic Screen and Poison Cloud are both active. So the fuel, it'll still be 15 seconds for just one of those, but now the fuel drain is increased 50% more when you have both of those up at the same time, so you can no longer use them both for the full 15 seconds at the same time. Instead, you'll only get 10 seconds out of them if you have both up at the same time. Viper's fuel bar now turns red when she does not have enough fuel to activate her abilities, so this is sort of just like a quality of life sort of change on Viper's end. Next up, all these changes I'm about to list off applies to both her Toxic Screen and her Poison Cloud, so this is both her wall and her orb. The cooldown after deactivating has been increased from 6 to 8 seconds, so this means it now takes 8 seconds to put your wall back up after dropping it down. However, the cooldown timer now starts when her smokes start dissipating instead of when the deactivation telegraph plays. So this means the cooldown timer will start as soon as you press the button to drop your wall instead of as soon as the wall is fully dropped. The deactivation delay is increased from 1 to 0.8, so this means the wall will basically just drop 20% faster when you press it to drop. The same with the cloud, it'll drop 20% faster. Her smokes now have a yellow light that indicate when it's on cooldown. This means the little orbs on the ground you can see will have a yellow light displaying that Viper can't put them up. So this is a massive nerf, just so the enemies know that the wall isn't going to suddenly spring up when they push onto side. This means they know when they can push in. So I think that's probably the worst nerf out of all of these. There's been a removed delay on the smokes disabling when Viper is suppressed, so now when she gets hit by a KO knife or a KO's ult, the wall won't stay up for a few seconds then drop, just instantly gonna drop. There's also been a unique voice line added that plays when her smoke is disabled by suppress. And last but not least, they decided not to leave her molly untouched either. The duration of her snake bite has now been decreased from 6.5 to 5.5 seconds. So overall, these changes made it much harder for Viper to delay sites and have as much control as she did before, and you'll find just in general, both in defending her site and post plant, she's a lot worse just in the sense that all of her abilities, they don't delay as much time. Her mollies are all a second shorter. If she has both smokes up, they last 50% less, all that sort of thing. Again, it's going to be a while until we see the true impact of these changes, but let me know what you guys think of them. Do you think it's too harsh? Do you like them? Let me know what you think. Otherwise, that's it from me for now, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.